are some of the top things that you think cause women to struggle in their love life, just generally speaking? We'll start broad and then we'll narrow down.
Of course. Yeah, I first love to say that this is my passion. So I'm coaching every single day, and I'm sure it's the same for you, Michelle. When we see people, men and women, just being able to empower themselves, there is no price on this. It's just amazing. So I have coached so many women since 2007 because I was the first one in France, first man to coach women. So I was so happy to listen to their story, and I realized that there is two things, but I would just say that if you ask me one, the first one that I have seen is the social education, because we look at Walt Disney, Hollywood, the society. So we really want to live the perfect love. And the women I coach, they forgot about themselves. They are trying to please a man. I think that they received the misconception that if you want to be happy in your love life, you need to please him. You need to show and to give him what he wants. And I truly believe that this is not the right solution. So I try to help women to be unique, to be different, to be themselves in front of a man. So that will be the main challenges, because we have a lot of ideas that I call misconception, and sometimes we forget about ourselves to try to please someone else.
Mm-hmm. So if I'm hearing you right, just to kind of recap this, you're saying there's a lot of influences from society, from Hollywood, first of all, about how things are supposed to be, quote unquote, supposed to be. And part of this, perhaps training or socialization or belief, causes women in some way to believe that in order to get and keep the attraction of a man, they have to kind of like please the man or try to be who they think this man wants them to be. And what you're saying is that's not the right approach. That's probably not going to serve them well. And you're helping people, and I'm helping people to be authentically themselves, because that's what's more likely to attract in the kind of partner they want. Is that kind of a summary?
It is the perfect summary. And I have seen that it's strange, but we have to learn how to be ourselves. And I went through this journey also. So I just fully believe it's something that we need to practice, to learn, in order to really be able to get the relationship we want, and not just what people want, or not just sacrifice ourselves for a significant other. So yes, thank you, Michelle, for rephrasing what I just said.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to put the exclamation point on it. So Alex, if this is such a challenge, and I believe that it is for many people, another part of it is I believe we also can lose touch with what we really want or what we really need. Like we're sometimes not in touch with what we really desire. Sometimes I'll ask women, what is it you really want in terms of love or a relationship? And sometimes they think they know, but it's actually hard for them to articulate or say that. So if this is really a challenge, like you're saying it is, what is one way that women can kind of figure out if it's slowing them down, and how can they more authentically be themselves? What are some ideas around that?
So that's a very good question. And I had the exact same, let's say, trouble or problem. So when I do a group coaching, I have 10, 20, 30 women in front of me. And I ask this question, what are you waiting from a relationship? And usually it's very difficult for them to answer. So I try to reverse the question and ask them, what will you never accept again from a man? So if you know your boundaries, if you know what you don't want to live again, then you can put some words in what you're looking for. And also you kind of protect yourself, because when we were talking together on off, we say that we just give coaching to people that are very successful, women that are very successful in their life, but sometimes not in their love life. So I want to help them set boundaries. I want to help them realize what they will never accept again. And that was the first experience when a woman during the group coaching said, it blew my mind. She said, Alex, I will never accept a man to raise his voice. And I was like, wow, okay, I didn't expect this answer. But it shows that when we know what we want, or when we don't know really what we want, we are able to set the boundaries and to avoid all the toxicity in a relationship. What do you think of this, Michelle?
I think it's a brilliant question. I think it's absolutely a brilliant question. And I think it's really important to be clear about what you won't accept in a relationship. I think we do have to have some, we might call them deal killers or absolute no's. I think we do have to have that. And I think that's a brilliant question and maybe a gateway question into discovering more about what you do want. And I do think it is important. I always like to encourage my clients to focus on what they do want, because I feel like what we focus on tends to expand.
Yeah.
So I feel like we don't want to stay there, but I do think it's a really good question and a really important question and a gateway question